here momentarily. We'll start the same order that we had last time.
Did you get G back, or did he walk back?
Yeah, he's
okay.
in there.
Okay, Kent. Quick turnaround. Coach, if you want to start the statement.
Statement, and we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, it was a dogfight for a good portion of the game. I give a lot of credit to Baylor. There's a reason they won 23 straight, and they showed their tenacity, their toughness, their heart. There was a 4-minute stretch there. I think we're tied 43-all. Both teams are fighting and grinding, and nothing's easy. And it was loose balls. And where we were so good in the first half and being really kind of dominant on the glass in that first half. And then the second half, right in that stretch, everything flipped. And that got them a couple of clean looks at threes. Then we had a turnover or two, and I thought Flagler for them was instrumental coming off the bench. It was a frustrating night. We're not going to win many games when Io goes 6 of 18 and Adam Miller goes 2 for 11 and Trent has 6 turnovers. That's a tough night for our guards. But I did find out I love our freshmen, and Adam's going to be just fine. I'm really proud of Andre Curbelo coming off a concussion. He has not had a ton of practice time, being out 8 days with a concussion, and then tweaking his ankle, didn't practice most of the week. And then I thought Coleman Hawkins was terrific, and I saw some grit in him. So Georgie was outstanding. That's old Georgie that we all know and love. And, in a game where Kofi was really a non-factor because of early fouls, Georgie gave us a nice lift. So, all in all, it was it's a great opportunity to learn. We saw some great guards who are veterans, and it was great for our young guys. And I'm disappointed in our loose balls in the second half, and that was the ball game. But again, give Baylor all the credit for that.
Okay, we'll open up Derek Piper first, Robert Rosenthal on deck, and Brad Sturdy in the hole. Go ahead, Derek.
Coach, you mentioned Georgie there. What did you see out of him tonight with his mindset, his approach? What allowed him to have that success tonight?
Derek, I sat in the lobby. I went on a couple of walks today. It gets pretty tough sitting in hotels for a 10 p.m. game, and went on a couple of walks. And then the last one I came back, and Georgie was just sitting there. And he was talking about how uptight he was and nervous, and he had butterflies and how much he loved that. And he loves these big games and those moments. And so I knew he was ready. And, I think any really good player gets excited for these games and has some butterflies. And his focus was incredible. And we got him the ball. We kept trying to get him the ball in the first half. When he caught it, it was either a foul or it was a bucket. And defensively, he played great as well. So I'm really excited about moving forward with Georgie.
This is one of the best defenses in the country. What did you see about the way they attacked Io and made all of his looks tough, and obviously didn't allow him to force him into a lot of tough looks?
Well, Io better get used to that. Io's going to see that all night long or all year long. These guys do it at a little different capacity. They switched everything and really jumped him on the sideline and kept us pinned there. Most teams don't have that kind of firepower to do that. But again, Mitchell's an incredible ball hawk, vital. His play's so much bigger than he is, and so athletic and strong. Again, it was them. We knew it was coming. We probably over dribbled, trying to do too much, but we got to get the ball popping, and we'll clean some of that stuff up, Derek.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Robert, you're up, and Brad Sturdy on deck. Go ahead, Robert.
Coach, you talked about that stretch in the second half. Specifically, it was 56-51, and they scored 7 points in 28 seconds to make it a 12-point game, you took a timeout. What was your message in that timeout?
Just settle down. I thought if we could continue to get some stops, that we had an opportunity to get back in it. They've kind of shown that tendency at different times. But again, we missed some easy baskets, some easy opportunities, and we couldn't get the stop we needed. We messed up a couple ball screen coverages that let them get a couple easy looks. We would score, and then they would come down and score. And again, they controlled that. And first half, they didn't get any of those looks. And again, I think that's one of the things where our young guys got to understand it's a fight. You can't make defensive mistakes, and if you do, a guy like Butler or Flagler, they're going to take advantage of you.
Thanks.
Okay, Brad, you're up. Scott Ritchie on deck. Go ahead, Brad.
Coach, Andre Crivello against, arguably one of the best defenses in the country is able to get in the lane and attack. What does that show, about how he's grown even in the last week, even if without practice, how he learned from film going against a team like this and having the ability to, create so much against a great defense?
Brad, he's elite now. And I'm just throwing that out there. He's really good. And I'm so encouraged by that. And we see it in practice when he's been healthy, where it's been scary. And so I'm excited about that for the future because he is really a load to handle in ball screens. One defender has a hard time with him, and he's such a good passer, and that gives us another option. And again, moving forward, we'll continue to see guys load up on Io. And I welcome that challenge with Crivello and what he's capable of. And that'll be fun to see as he continues to grow.
Okay,
Thanks,
Scott Ritchie, you're up, and then Brandon on deck.
Brett, kind of revisit there where Baylor's lead got to double figures. How disappointing was it where it came with second chance three, and then off a turnover where they were able to generate some points off of mistakes there?
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what good basketball teams do. You can't turn it over. I don't know what we have, 12 tonight. I think we had 8 at half. Tritt had an extremely unusual night for him. He usually doesn't let that kind of quickness or athleticism bother him, and got a little too deep. But again, that's a tribute to them. But again, you have a turnover, you miss a ball screen coverage, you give up a second chance, and that's all we've been talking about was 50-50 balls. That was our whole key for the game, was winning that battle. We were incredible the first half, and again, it's tough when we got 1 defensive rebound from Georgie and we got 3 from Kofi. We're not going to win many games with that.
With Georgie having kind of this throwback performance, reminiscent of his freshman year, just how much was that needed for him to step up into the opportunity created when Kofi was in foul trouble?
That's what really good teammates do. And I've been saying this all along. Kofi's a tremendous player. We might have the best backup, and we've played them opposite each other almost every day in practice just early on because of injuries and not having Jermaine, not having other guys to go against. So, as I threw out there late, we'll start being able to play some of those guys together, both those guys together again. And I think every time Georgie catches the ball in the post, he's going to score. So, I like having that option.
Thank you.
Okay, Brandon, you're up. Joey Wagner on deck. Go ahead, Brandon.
It was a kind of an off-scoring night for Kofi tonight. How can you guys kind of get him going the next game?
Keeping him out of foul trouble would help. I mean, it's really that simple. I mean, it's sometimes it's really, really hard to find that mojo again when you're when you set so long. I think he played 6 minutes maybe in the first half, and the positive thing was that Georgie played so well, I didn't need to bring him back in. And I was prepared to bring him back in with 2, but Georgie was fantastic, and I was able to keep him on the bench. But that's tough, and that's part of growing up and understanding you got to stay dialed in. And again, they did a lot of good things to take him away as well.
And then Davion Mitchell had 15 points and 4 or 5 from 3 with 7 assists. Were you surprised with how well he shot the ball tonight?
No, he's a really good player. The only thing he does poorly is free throws. He's an elite defender. He's one of the best in the country. He makes open shots, and for whatever reason, he's a 50% free throw shooter. But he's a really good player. He's the heart and soul of their team. And when you got guys like Tig, and you got guys that Butler and now Flagler, man, that's some pretty good weapons to throw the ball to. So he's a good player.
Okay, Joey, you're up, and we're going to try to be quick here. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Brad, when Baylor gets up 8 or up 10, does it feel like being down 8 or 10 to other teams with the way they play defense? Does it feel like more? I guess what's that like from you?
No, it didn't feel any different. I thought we still had opportunities. We had to get stops, and we scored enough in that stretch to be able to kind of work our way back in. And they missed a free throw here or there, and yet we could never get the stop we needed. And during that stretch, we're going to go back in film, and we'll show our guys tomorrow. It was 3 or 4 just blown ball screen assignments that we didn't handle, and and then there was a lob dunk again, and that's off a blown ball screen. We were trying to do the same thing they were, pin them on the sideline, and we just didn't handle that very well.
Okay, we'll go with Matt and Nico, and that'll be wrap it up. Go ahead, Matt.
Brad, you've mentioned ball screen defense repeatedly. I'm curious if that's something that's still evolving with your team, or is that something we saw tonight out of character from what you've seen every day in practice?
We've seen elite guards. Let's not forget Jason Preston's really, really good as well. And our bigs got a responsibility in that as well. But again, it's scout based. And we've got to continue to get better at it. And it's two ways. It's not just the bigs; it's the guards having to handle that, not get screened. And again, we can spend all day on it in practice, but until we get out there live and see it, we've got to identify it a little better.
Okay, this will be the final question. We'll go with Nico. This will wrap it up. Go ahead, Nico.
Brad, Io said on Tuesday that this team believes it can be number 1 in the country. Georgie saying that, you guys expected to win and the locker room was pretty down. What did you see from that locker room? What was your message after the game? And kind of how do you want to see those guys respond moving forward, especially with Duke next week? Yeah,
you're not gonna beat these caliber of teams losing 50-50 battles. That was my main message. It's all about what we're trying to accomplish, and that's being able to win when you don't shoot the ball well. And it's really that simple. And you've got to figure out how to beat really good teams when that ball doesn't go in. And and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but Io goes 6 of 18, and Adam goes 2 for 11, so that's 8 for 30 basically from 2 of our starting guards. That's a night we didn't shoot the ball very well. So we have to be that dialed in defensively, and we have to maximize opportunities and loose balls, and we didn't do that. So therefore, they have more points on the scoreboard than we do.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the bus.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everyone. That'll wrap it up tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.